My name is Amina. I'm currently studying IBCP in Repton School. In the university, I'm planning to study fashion, business and management in the University of the Arts London. I joined Repton in 2012. When I came to Repton, I was 12 years old. It was my first time moving out of my home country and studying in some other place. I was also away from my family for a year because I was in the boarding school. My year in the boarding house was quite hard because I think I was quite young. I was only 12 and I was away from my family. I couldn't really speak English and it was really hard to communicate with other girls. Yeah, I've started out by just taking EAL. So for most of my time I was doing English lessons in the English Academy with other students whose English is not the first language. Like during the first few lessons I was learning the alphabet with other students, so I think that actually shows that my English level was extremely low. There weren't many of us because it was the first year English Academy was introduced, so our class was quite small. I think in general it was quite hard at the start. Then I got to know other girls because it was a boarding house, so all the students were international. My main subjects for IGCSE were business studies, art, Arabic, and psychology. Overall, I think I have performed quite well because I have achieved higher than I expected for nearly all of my subjects. For example, in English, I got a B, and I did English as a first language. It was quite a high achievement for me because my actual prediction was a D/a C target, so getting a B was something unexpected for me and my family. Also for psychology, I think at the beginning of year 10 I was predicted with C's, so getting an A for psychology was quite shocking for me. I have no idea how I went through the path from starting learning the alphabet in year 8 until now writing essays for one of the hardest IB subjects. I think I had the motivation myself to prove myself that I can do something better. I made my decision to choose IB career-related program over the diploma program because I felt like IBCP could offer me more for my course in the uni than the diploma program. And since I found out that IBCP is focused on business, which is actually my future degree, I decided that's a really great opportunity for me to study the subject and focus on the subject I like. To be honest, I think I enjoyed the whole 2 years of the program, but the most memorable events were probably the bake and shake event that we did as a group. And I think work experience. I decided to focus on fashion industry and the work experience because that's what I'm planning to study and work in my future. The first person I met was Miss Rola. She's director of Ginza Fashion, and at that time she invited me to work in Marquesa Boutique in Dubai Mall. I think my favorite part was just meeting the team, getting some advices from them, seeing and having the actual experience of working with the customers, how the fashion operations work, especially in the boutique. During my work experience, the boutique manager offered me to walk for one of their fashion shows in Dubai. I think it was like a meeting where all of the Marquesa designers meted up and showed their existing collections. But unfortunately, I couldn't attend that because I was in a different country at that time. So a few weeks later, when I came to the boutique to follow up with the team and just to say hi to all of the team members, the boutique manager invited me to Arab Fashion Awards to come as a VIP guest and meet the designers. I even had a chance to interview one of them, which was actually a really nice experience. The designers were extremely friendly and nice, and I think I will remember that event as something very bright in my memory and very exciting. I was sitting in the front row, looking at the collection. I think it was the new collection that was performed that nobody has ever seen before. When I was sitting there, I felt quite honored and happy about the opportunities I got. The people that were sitting with me were mostly sponsors, fashion influencers, famous bloggers, and just important people in the fashion industry. Following up all of that, the director and the CEO of Ginza Fashion invited me to go with their fashion buyer to Paris to buy the latest collections for their brand. But unfortunately, I couldn't attend that because it was during the final exams week during the school time. I was quite overwhelmed about the fact that I had a chance to attend the Paris Fashion Week, because I think even right now it is the end goal of most of the people who are working in the industry, and even the opportunity to attend private collections that only a few people in this industry have a chance to see. I think it was something impossible, and I was so grateful for that opportunities. So in the childhood, and even now, I'm still quite interested in art. I love drawing and designing stuff. I became passionate about fashion at a really young age when I was I think every single girl wants to be a fashion designer. But I think around age of 15 and 16, I realized it's not exactly for me. So about 1 or 2 years ago, I decided to start fashion photography. So I just took my camera, did a really short course about introduction to the field, and were first taking pictures of my closest friends. And after they started posting my works on their social media pages, other girls started to contact me to do an actual shoot. I've spent around 7 to 8 years of my life playing professional tennis. I think playing sport at the professional level gave me a lot of confidence, responsibility, and discipline. So first I found out about the university when they came to our school with the presentation. After that, I completed an application process through UCAS. The hardest process of the whole application was writing a personal statement, because it had to include all of my skills and experiences in a really short format. First, I did a lot of research on personal statements and what is required for UL students in order to get a place. But after, I think, a first or second draft, I had to get some help from my business teacher. When I submitted my personal statement, the first email I got from the university is that they do not accept my program. When I got the email, I felt really disheartened, and I was about to give up on the whole uni process. When I got the email, I straight away forwarded to University Career Counselor and the representative of IB career-related program. They then contacted the university explaining what the program is about. And once the university found out about their program, they invited me to the interview. Because I wasn't able to go to the UK to attend an interview, I had an interview through the phone, which was actually extremely stressful for me. So I did the interview during my holiday when I was in Russia. They called it around, I think, 6 p.m. I was sitting there with my phone ready to make sure I don't miss the call. Even when I see the phone ringing, I realize that that's the moment when my life decision is going to be made in the next 15 minutes. The woman was quite formal but friendly at the same time. The questions in the interview were quite general, but some of them were culture specific. When I said that I live in Dubai, so she asked me about fashion in the Arab culture, which was quite a hard question because I didn't expect that at all. At the end of the phone call, the interviewer offered me a place, and I realized my dream when she said, "Looking forward to meeting you in September." And at that moment, it was really hard to control my emotions, and I was honestly about to cry. I didn't expect that at all. So my main advice is to never give up, always go towards your dreams. I'm very grateful to my parents for sending me to the school, because I think I've changed a lot as a person from what I came with, to the person I am now. I think it was a huge transformation, and a huge thanks to my business teacher, a role model, Mr. Ayman Sabawi. No, for always supporting us and not letting us give up.